Hello everybody, welcome back to Dark Souls Remastered. In this episode, probably as you'll tell in the title, we're going to be dealing with the Capra demon and the lower Undead Burg. And here's me getting caught out by the earlier enemies already. Ignore that, please do. Right, I really don't need to be worried about too many of these enemies right now. Okay, so let's get down. And down. I'm enjoying my claymore. Do not drop off there. So we're going to go ahead and head down the steps now. This episode, in all likelihood, it's probably going to be a little bit shorter than some of the others. Mainly because this area is quite small, so we may end up doing some funky stuff. Just to get ourselves upgraded a little bit, but we'll see. Now, be careful here, you're going to get the dogs aggroing on you. Now, the base damage isn't so bad, but they are fast and they will try to stag you quite easily. But the biggest danger kind of comes with taking multiple hits from a lot of the enemies around here, as they will build up a status effect known as bleed. And if that status effect procs, then you will basically lose a third of your health. Now
Please let me out of here.
this door here is very important to us, and we got the key from the merchant upstairs. We actually bought it rather than killed him. Before we killed him, should I say. And now we're going to talk to this guy. And he's going to head over to Firelink Shrine and allow us to pass some better spells. He is our first kind of big increase in damage. Here you obviously get the Sorcerer's Set. For those that didn't start as a sorcerer and want to go ahead and pick that up now, feel free. Over here we have a load of hollows. Just aggro them a little bit rather than... I ain't playing with your ambush. Come back here. Come on. It's not working there. Come on. That's probably a bit dangerous. I don't think this is going to work, but let's try it. Yeah, it did. Poke. There we go. Bit of humanity, we need that. How many are we on now? 13, 17 of 20. Good. 17 of 30, should I say. I need 30. Damn. At least we're over halfway. We should hopefully get some starting to clock up in our counter as we head towards more bosses. So, over this way. Be careful not to head down here straight away. Hopefully we can still do this. Yeah! Now of course what normally happens is, you walk down here, the doors fling open, and those two guys come and try and get a backstab on you. Now unless they've added some more, which I don't think they have, you're going to be in trouble. Now you do need to be careful about getting parried by this guy, because he will try to. I'm surprised he didn't try to there. They're quite fast. And also build up bleed, so do be careful. Is it the nail breaker? Nope, Hollow Thief Tights. Interesting. I thought that came as a set. There's the mail breaker. Worst weapon in the game, do not use it for anything. Nothing in here either, okay. I thought I was going to get the full set of the thief armor, that's really weird. Similar thing down here, we're going to have a bit of an ambush. Let's try to get caught out by it. The main one is that there, so there's an item in that barrel. And I think the idea is that you go exploring down there and then you get trapped. Alright, let's start using some of our advantages here. Luckily their throwing daggers don't build bleed. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I didn't know they could heal. That's interesting. That's also interesting. There's lots of things I'm learning here. It's actually quite easy to parry. No. Oh wow, you aggroed from far, didn't you? There we go. Now there are a few dogs here, so do be careful. Target shield's good, it's a parrying shield. which basically gives you extra frames for parrying, so it makes parrying even easier. So should you want to create such a character and be that kind of person, it's the best thing to do it with. And I think that's all the dogs that are going to directly run after us right now. There are still some more, so be careful. Or at least I think there are. There we go, there's the thief set. Don't think there's anything in this one, but there is an item in this barrel. Just make sure you don't get trapped in here by anything, because there's not a nice place to be trapped. This fog gate here is the boss, but before we face him we are going to unlock a different shortcut. And we're going to go see the spell vendor. Now be careful here, there's a reason he's not attacking you. Whenever something seems strange, there is always a reason. That is the reason. Apparently this Claymore's a bit overpowered for this area. Well, they're probably about to eat those words when we go and face the Capra demon, because he can be a bit of a handful. But we should be fine. One of the biggest reasons that the merchant that we just killed is expendable is because we're now going to unlock a new one. And I'm pretty sure this one sells everything that we need. And if she doesn't, Andreeva's Storer sells the rest. So here we have all of our arrows, as well as lots of consumables. Particularly we have some humanity here, but I'm not going to buy that, because it's going to be some of the things I want to purchase soon. This is worth buying, blue and purple moss. You're probably going to end up wanting some of the purging stones. Oh, I thought she had purging stones. Yeah, there we go, purging stones. But do with that as you will. And we're about to see where all this comes out over here. Open the door, and this is the very beginning of the game. I'm gonna go ahead and kill the rat just in case it happens to drop some humanity for me. I don't think I've had one rat dropping humanity for me yet, which is quite disconcerting. I hope they haven't changed the drop rate of it. There we go. Sword's long enough to clip through the wall now. Whoa! That was so close. Did I nearly die? That would have been really bad. Oh, hello. Chop, choppity, chop, chop. Oh, I didn't get the drop attack on that. That was a shame. Dude, you really need to learn to use your shields. And here is our new friend. Now, I don't know if we'll be able to afford anything, but it is worth resting at this bonfire. We'll get 10 heals that way. And I do think this is more convenient than coming to the Capra demon from the Undead Burg. Also, we need to make sure we talk to this guy. Let's do that. Let's do it. I think also maybe Petrus has progressed as well. Nope, not yet. Okay. Beware that Petrus will leave, so if you do want his miracles, I would advise getting them pretty soon. Of course, collecting all of the spells and abilities will cost you a good sum of souls, so do be prepared for that.
Splendid.
Come here, purchase item. Now, I mainly want GSA. For now, there are some other good spells here as well. Fall Control is absolutely worth getting, but GSA, Great Soul Arrow. So, Great Soul Arrow is basically an improvement on Standard Soul Arrow, and having copies of this is good. There are other things that we want to get from this guy. Pretty soon, it's absolutely worth getting the Bellowing Dragon Crest Ring and the Lingering. They're both good. One of them extends the effects of sorceries, so if you want to use kind of some of the more overtime stuff, that is brilliant. More prominently, the Bellowing Crest Ring is going to improve our damage quite considerably. Even more so than the headgear that we're wearing.
Alright.
So, let me take a quick rest here. We're going to attune magic. We actually have an extra slot, but I'm actually going to take Heavy Soul Arrow off. I prefer to have more copies of the same spell, lots of different spells, so it's much easier to manage. You can change the order of this as well. Obviously, I don't need to with 2, but essentially, it's worth putting your... what's the word? Basically, if there's a spell that you want to be able to reset to, put it at the front. As if you hold the up button, you will reset to the first spell, which is very, very useful. Now let's take that off. I want to make sure that we don't mix any of that up. Now it's time for us to go ahead and face the Capra demon. And as you can see, this area was much shorter than a lot of the others. Ooh, going the wrong way. Much shorter than some of the others. We're only 10 minutes in and we're already out of the boss, so... and this has not even taken as long as I thought it might have done with our boy here. Although I may well... Nah, there's no point doing that. Come on. Ouch. I was going to do some grinding in front of you guys, but I would prefer not to. Bam. I suppose I'll probably take you to where I'm going to grind. Because at the end of this episode I am going to grind a little bit. I would have preferred not to, but because I have to edit the last episode and it's going to take a while and I need something to do, I am going to... Are you coming? Go ahead and get a load of souls so that we can get some of the abilities from Rickard before we move on. I think no, it might be Griggs. It's Rickard or Griggs, I can't remember now. But essentially, I'm going to go ahead and build up a load of souls between this episode and the next one so that we can purchase a load of this stuff. Particularly the Bellowing Dragon Crest ring, but I'm not going to use it for a while just so that you guys can have a chance to build those souls up yourselves. I really don't want to leave you guys behind with anything like that. If I can help it. So we also need to deal with this guy. It's quite funny this guy dies like almost one shot from a standard soul arrow. I'm going to save the GSA for the boss fight. Although the normal soul arrow is pretty good. Now be careful here because the dogs will aggro on you. They'll actually try to drop off, so if you can help it, you really want them to come down the steps properly. Here we go. Oh, that's one down. Stop it. Oh, the bleed wasn't good. That was really weird. That was kind of strange. Oh yeah, there we go. It showed up then. Whoa, some really strange effects happening. Right, because this is quite intense from the get-go. But really what you need to do is get up steps that are in the back end on the left. So, whoa, that roll was at the wrong time. It really was. We need to get over here. This is the safest place to be. Stop it. Capra Demon, fall off please. No, he hasn't. Roll, 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 roll. The most dangerous part of the fight is over. The dogs are what make this more difficult. And now I can go into this nice little corner. Let's see how much difference this makes. Quite a lot. Right. I'm going to try his jumping attack. Whoa, I didn't get to block it. That's really weird. Okay. Quick, you got up. How did you get up before me? That was really weird. Oh my god. I'm sure they're just trying to take away all forms of like invincibility frames. This guy's gonna die though. That's not a question at this point. Yay, +1 humanity. Works for me. Can I have some souls, please? He also drops a key. I'll show you what that key opens. Whoa, went the wrong way. That's not good. Get out. There you go. Cool. So that key opens the door down this way. which is the path of progression. So if you guys want to continue straight on, is down here. I'm really tempted to go and do something a little bit optional. Not optional, but handy. Basically because the claim was +5. In fact, you know what I am? Being as we've got the... being as we have Large Titanite, I'm going to take this to +6. So stand here for a second. You might be able to hear the guy moving. So that is obviously a pretty nasty and annoying ambush. Now, this isn't going to take anything out of the next episode, so should be fine. But I'm just literally going to collect an ember and show you guys what to do with it. Again, another ambush there. What was that flaming about? I don't really know. Busher down there. Who, oddly enough, is protecting the ember, unless it's changed, but I don't think it is. I don't think it will have, should I say. Now, are there any more? No. Okay. Now, I can't see him right now. Oh, there he is. Look, there is a butcher there, look, waiting to trap us later on. But we'll deal with him when we're actually doing this place properly. Down here we have dogs. Stick heal. There's another one somewhere. Where's the second one? There it is. Stick it up. The damage from my spells is incredible now. There we go. 1k souls each. Thank you very much. And here is the large ember. Now we're going to go ahead and deliver this to Andre. That's what we're going to do to round this episode out a little bit. So we are going to head. Oh, this way. Oh, how did I not see the iron? In fact, you know what? I think I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to leave this. I'm going to leave this area mainly complete, so that when we actually do the episode, which will be the next episode, crazily enough, and this probably sounds like dithering, but it just means that if anybody happens to join the walkthrough next episode, then it'll be a complete area. Now, I don't think anything will have... Oh, it has respawned, just because I left the area. That's interesting. That's an interesting way to farm 1,000... Wait a minute, that'd be a great farm. Let me just try this, I'm sorry. Experimentation and all that. If that's respawn the enemies, that is a very, very cheeky way to gain 1,000 souls a go early on. No, it hasn't. Just thought I'd check. You never know. Do 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 do. 9k souls from this little endeavour. Lovely. It's going to be at least one level. So, the quick way back to Andre. I'm going to kill this rat. I'm still determined that one day it'll drop me a humanity. Nope, not this time. Oh, they didn't let me get in this time. That's a shame. Damn it! Get up. Poising through all of their damage for days. Yay, we got him that time. Damn it! If I'd have died there, that would have been hilarious. cool. Quick rest is probably a good idea, just in case. So we're gonna head up this way. Oh, it has changed now. That's interesting. So, as I said, if there's anything you want from Petrus at this point, be sure to get it now. There's nothing that I want. I'm not gonna. I could obviously go ahead and try to complete the achievement for getting all of the miracles, but I'm not too interested in that right now, particularly with this character. And I can always do that in the next playthrough. Now, of course, it is entirely worth killing a lot of the stuff around here. Oh, that's exactly what I'm doing in the interim. Rather than doing the normal farming method, actually what I'm going to do is try to get the border side sword. Not that I'm going to use it. That could be a waste, actually. Your wind-up was too slow, my friend. I'm undecided as to what I'm going to do. Either way, I'm going to get a load of souls. This really has been quicker 20 minutes. But, unfortunately, there's nothing left for us to do once we've spoken to this guy. Yep.
Magnificent.
He's happy. Now we get to modify to +6 for a large Titanite shot. Thank you for damage. We can also make it roll, which right now isn't a bad idea. But if I reinforce that, it ends up high damage anyway. There we go. So we've upped the damage of the claymore even further. And all we need to continue doing that is large Titanite shards, which we are actually going to continue to acquire as we go through the game. Now, in the next episode, we are going to be continuing from the door. In fact, I may even start from Firelink Shrine, but we will see. But it's most likely going to be... Everyone test the damage. I've not rested the bonfire by. These guys are going to be dead already. Test it against these guys, I think. But the damage on this now should be pretty good. I would quite like your shield, if I'm honest. Yeah, so the damage is pretty crazy, to be honest. I don't understand why there are some enemies where it just doesn't do damage. Hey, stop that. That is some stupendous damage, really. That'd be even more in two-handed mode. That's really good. Let's go ahead and spend these souls. Although, of course, I'd understand if you guys wanted to save them for the rings. But I'm still desperate to get my intelligence to 40. Here we are at 27. 13 left. So that's probably 130,000 souls I need. That's going to be a pain in the ass to get in time. But nevertheless, it's required for what we need. Either way, guys, that's going to be the end of this episode. Again, I apologise, it's much shorter than it probably should have been. And the previous one was obviously quite long, so hopefully that kind of averages out for you guys. Now, in between this episode and the next one, I am going to do something. It's probably going to involve me getting plenty of souls, which is what I need. I'm undecided as to whether or not it's going to be at the dragon or just grinding out the... In fact, it is going to be... I'm going to grind out the Border Knights at the top. And the reason for that is they drop upgrade stones, and that'll be great for upgrading our armor, and that'll be a nice little progressive thing for us. So I apologise, that's probably going to put some of you off a little bit. And the souls, depending on how many we get, I'll either get a couple of extra levels in, because I'm still quite desperate for that. If I get 3 extra levels, that'd be fantastic. Or if I happen to reach 20,000, then I may well go ahead and get the Bellowing Dragon Crest ring from Ricard. Either way, guys, that's the end of this one, and I will catch you next time. See